Sunday the 30th of April and we are on the Australian dollar, US dollar. So let's have a quick recap of this market from last week in relation to the Sunday analysis. Then we'll have a look at this market for the trading week ahead. Okay, so last week we were really going over two main areas. One right here as resistance, and then one down below, this whole area here as support. Whilst the market was within these areas, we were happy to look for the sell positions here, the buy positions here, and it was only if we started to see the market breaking these levels where we could begin to expect a further move down on the Australian dollar, US dollar. Now, the only thing to add to that is it's probably easier on the 4 hour. So from last week, with subscribers, the only other thing I went over was as the week progressed, we were looking at the potential of a price squeeze. And if we broke below, we could look for that move down on the Australian dollar, US dollar. So all you've seen was the market touching, 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 price compressing as it's doing this, squeezing into a triangle, and then we got that break below and the move down. Now, the key thing, first of all, is we're not breaking below these levels as yet. The market has came down, it's tested, it's tested, it's tested here, and it's actually putting in a bullish candle right here. So we have not broken below these levels. The market is still holding at these levels. Until we see that, I'm still fairly neutral on the market. Let me just put this in on the daily so you can see it. It's exactly the price squeeze we were looking at. So coming into next week, our main zones really remain the same. If we hold at these levels once again, there's a real potential here for a strong bullish move back up. It's only if we start to break below these levels I would be happy to look for potential resistance and those sell positions on an expectation of a much stronger move down on this market, really to the 7,400 area at a minimum, and likely down into the 7,330 area. Let me just get rid of these arrows. Now, whilst we're holding at this support area, first thing is that MA200 as potential resistance. What it's lining up with is, you can see the market closed here and then gapped up and it's pulled back down again. This area of gap right here is lining up with that MA200. When you see gaps like this on the charts, quite often when the market revisits, it can act as support, or if you break resistance, or if you break above, potential support. So really these are the main three areas. One right here, still back up at these highs for potential resistance. If we're breaking up above once again, resistance breaking becomes support. It is a good area to look for the breaks above and the potential support. It would suggest a much stronger move up on the Australian dollar, US dollar, up to 7,670 and potentially back up into this whole section of price action at the previous highs right here. If we pop up and start to see resistance here, it's a good area to look for that move back down. Let me actually show you on the 4 hour something quickly. So we have the price squeeze right here. Now, what you can see quite often when you break out of something like this is the market breaking down, pulling back, retesting, and then you see that resistance coming back in. So potentially this area that we've marked up on that daily time frame becomes a good area of resistance. And what you can actually see if we scroll back is it has been tested and tested. This is a head and shoulders pattern. It's been tested and the market bounces, it comes down, holds at the level. As the market breaks down, it shoots back up and tests the level. We break above, we come down, we test, we hold here, and then you get that gap up right here. And the market sits above, comes down, comes back up and tests. This is a good level of support and resistance. With it lining up potentially with that triangle next week, if we do come up into this level, it's a good area to look for those potential bearish positions. Those are the main things for me next week, guys. Really, the levels remain the same from last week until we start to break below here or break above here. The analysis is relatively similar. I mean, we have a lot of things we can look at on this market. The potential for the bullish price action is there also. So you can see the market was trending down. It then breaks above, tests, comes down, and it's testing. Whilst the market is like this, you're getting lots of different conflicting signals. For me, I just turned to price action. I turned to the key levels. I have the main things in my head that I'm looking at. So this needs to break for the market to become bearish. This needs to break for the market to turn overly bullish. I'm looking at that price squeeze. And I know if this market rallies up and starts to fail at these levels, it's potentially a sign that the triangle break is being respected, and we can expect that move back down. Okay guys, so that's everything for this week. I hope you all have a good trading week next week. I hope you all have a good bank holiday weekend as well, actually. As always, I hope that was helpful. I'm James Orr, and thank you.